It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. It is a busy program. You know, we got at noon Evie Van Pelt. She's going to join us today. We are going to wrap all things Ole Miss. We're also going to talk about a little bit of what's up with Swag Kelly. We got so many things to get in when it talks to SEC and Rebel Talk and heck, Canadian Football League and what's going on with Chad Kelly. We're going to have a lot of fun at noon. She is from the Rebel Walk, your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. We'll also talk about the baseball game that happened last night. Ole Miss played 15 innings of baseball. And they've had some injuries that have cropped up recently. A lot of bad juju going around with the Ole Miss Rebels right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Plus we got to talk, of course, football and all the fun things that we have with the Rebels at 12 o'clock. I'm fired up to talk with Isaac Simpson at 11:30 for so many reasons. I'm excited to ask him about Jokic. Now, Jokic, he was named the NBA's MVP last night. He is a dude. He is a bona fide PIMP when it comes to hoops. It's his third MVP in 4 years. He got a title last year. And I know that right now, the forefathers have come down all over their face. And the Nuggets look like they're in some serious trouble. They look really, really, really dangerous. We don't have any Nuggets action tonight, by the way. They don't play till tomorrow. They don't play till 8:30 tomorrow against the Timberwolves. Of course, that game's in Minnesota. The early line is already Minnesota minus 4.5 in a game that feels like a must-win game for him. But my question about Jokic is he an all-time great? And I mean an all-time great. Because the list of people that got 3 NBA MVPs, it ain't that big. I mean, it's a small list, and he is so damn impressive. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has 6, Michael Jordan has 5, LeBron James 4, Bill Russell's 4, Larry Bird has 3, Wilt Chamberlain, not Shaq. Wilt Chamberlain has 3, Magic Johnson has 3, Moses Malone has 3, and now Jokic has 3. That's some air. And yes, as a point center, he's one of the best we've ever seen. I mean, Moses Malone and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain weren't bringing the ball up in the actual offense, just necessarily running through them in the terms of assist, in the way he passes and the way he makes his teammates around him better. He's very dominant. He's a very skilled basketball player. But is he Magic Johnson, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Is he up there in that rarefied air with those guys? Time will tell. And as much as I love the Joker, as much as I love him and think he's awesome, I don't know if I can put him in the air that he's in. I mean, the dude's with 3 MVPs, and Jokic he's up there. He's close. And I guess it's because he's currently playing, but it is still hard to think of him like a Wilt Chamberlain, a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a Magic Johnson, a Michael Jordan, a Bill Russell. It's just hard to put that in to perspective, I guess. And I think it's also hard right now when we're also watching Minnesota just work them. Like, they pulled out the forefathers and slap right across the face in the first 2 games. Held the dead gum Nuggets to 80 points. 80 points, 35 points in the first half. That defense is suffocating in Minnesota. And they do have a dude in Ant-Man. And now that you have an Ant-Man and Big Cat, Big Dumb Cat can be the Robin, it's much better. And then you have so many role players that go out there and just play defense. But I'm just kind of curious what you think. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line, 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. I'm always one to talk about a guy who has the vertical about it. His vert probably realistically is about the same vertical as I have. Now he's 7 feet tall. And I'm 5'11". Probably no more like 5'10" now, especially as old as I've gotten. I feel like my back's shrinking. So I'm just like a little dude, but I mean, I'm not like, I just know that he doesn't have some vertical. When we think of the NBA, you always think of these high flyers. Man ain't flying nowhere. He ain't flying anywhere, but he's a hell of a basketball player. His team is in some serious trouble, but they don't play today. We have the Cavs and the Celtics at 6 o'clock in a series that, I mean, this thing's going to be a sweep if the Celtics are interested. They're a 13.5-point favorite. I think you'd have to have huge cojones to even think about taking the Cavs. I mean, all you have to do is stop Spidey. They can't do jack. Tonight, though, we got the Mavs and the Thunder, and man, did the Thunder look good in Game 1. Thunder are 5-0. Thunder have now won 9 straight games going back to the regular season. Thunder making winning plays. Right now, I think Minnesota is more impressive in the way that they are beating the defending champs. But everything that Oklahoma City is doing is just right up there. I mean, people are falling in love with Williams, Dort. Everybody knows Chet and Shea from that terrible commercial, but now they're loving them for their basketball instead of hating them for the worst commercial in the history of sports. Like, honestly, that's got to be the worst commercial, right?
What a pro wants, what a pro
Everybody
needs.
knows it.
Whatever makes me happy sets me free.
Man, and Chet you don't put Chet in skin-tight leather pants ever.
It's a style.
Dude, it's terrible. It looks so bad. But the point is the Thunder on the court are awesome, and everybody talks about their age, their youth, their inexperience. Bro, they come at you at a different level. They look like they're playing at a different speed. Kind of like Minnesota when they play Denver, looks like they are just that much more into the game, more athletic. They are getting up and down the court. You know, you saw in Game 2 the frustrations just pouring out of the Nuggets, screaming at the refs, begging for help. Because they basically, if that was a boxing match, they're looking at their sideline guy going, throw in the freaking towel. But the Thunder, man, the way they hit the Mavericks look the other night, Luka was lost. And by the way, Luka cannot hit a 3 to save his life right now. What did I say before that game? What have I said coming in this series? Remember how bad he shot it last series, the 3? His knee's bothering him. He's got no lift. That step back is different when my man can't step back. It's not a step back. It's like a fall back and let me throw it up. And it's going doink. I like the OKC Thunder tonight. I really do. We're going to talk about that bad boy. And then we got to talk about what we saw last night. And I will tell you one thing. I think Rick Carlisle is a baby. Oh, man. Rick, how about tell your team to execute in the half court? How about tell your team to take advantage of the situation the Knicks were in? My man Josh Hart is averaging over 48 minutes a game. Josh Hart has already ran a marathon last night. He's playing at a different level. Dante DiVincenzo is playing with his hair on fire. Jalen Brunson, do we have to say anything?
No.
The dude goes out and misses with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, doesn't come back until the third quarter. His foot is bothering him. He doesn't have it, but damn it, he does. Did you know when he was on the court, The Knicks were plus 26. The Pacers were up by, was it 10 at halftime?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was 10 at halftime. Yeah, they were up by 10 at halftime. And then the Knicks come back and Jalen Brunson comes out and plays. And then the Pacers go on to get outscored 36-18. Do you know how many shots that the biggest wuss fraud superstar in all the NBA I've ever heard, or even like the fact that they once said, oh, this guy's better than Ja, I still can't stop laughing at you morons. Halliburton is what you call a regular season A player. He's a D- in the postseason. That dude doesn't have a takeover bone in his body. Oh, John, but he scored 34 points. What did he do in the third quarter while they were getting just hammered? He didn't. He took one shot in the third quarter. You had a 10-point lead, and you get outscored by 18 points in the third quarter, and you take one shot? Doesn't seem like that is not, in my opinion, a star. You can't allow that to happen. That was ridiculous. And Nembhard, why is he in the game? Can't stay in front of Brunson. TJ McConnell can. In fact, Rick, let me complain about something that you've done. Why don't you have TJ McConnell in there in crunch time, in clutch time, when it's important, and have him on Brunson, because he is defending him 90 feet. He's all up in his business. You saw how frustrated he was, especially in the first part of the fourth quarter. You came back all the way, and then you take out McConnell. Rick Carlisle, I know you're like whining about, oh my gosh, their aggression is rewarded. Our aggression is penalized. Shut up, Rick. Small market teams should be treated fair. Shut up, Rick. And Spicy P, you're terrible. That's embarrassing. You faltered down the fourth quarter and couldn't hit a shot to save your life. And I don't know if you know this, but did you notice when OG Anunoby was on him, he couldn't do nothing? And that's the other thing, Rick. When OG Anunoby goes out of the game and he's not coming back, why is it that Spicy P couldn't take advantage of it? Then why'd your offense not adjust? And how come it is y'all can never run anything in the half court? And you don't care about possessions. You play no defense. This Pacers team is so pathetic that having to watch them in the playoffs makes me sick. Again, it's the JV. And you know the Knicks are going to get trounced by the Celtics. So, yes, Jalen Brunson, you're a bad man. But, bro, you can't go to a gunfight with a knife. And that's all they have is a knife, because Jalen Brunson and Vincenzo and Hart are great. And I got to give Isaiah Hartenstein a bunch of credit, because he's just made himself a lot of money. Like, this dude, after this season, is probably going to go out there and demand anywhere between $16 and $18 million next year, a season. I didn't even know he was a brother till the other day.
Yeah, we had to tell you about him.
I mean, I was like, this Irish kid's pretty good. But they don't have anything. They won't have a chance against the Celtics. They wouldn't have a chance. Neither one of these teams would have any chance. I hate how the East is just so pathetic. One other thing just kind of punched the East in the face. When they look at like a team like the 76ers, who trusted the process for a decade and didn't get jack, when they look over at Oklahoma City, they're like, damn. Like, just a few years ago, they were nothing. They've rebuilt quickly. They fleeced the Clippers. I don't know. The NBA is, it's been a lot of fun. I've been having a good time with it. I like the playoffs. I do enjoy them. I'm just kind of also blown away with, again, I keep looking at the numbers. Have you seen how bad, we're talking about 3 million people watching these games, these playoff games. That's it. I didn't even realize, because I've been looking at these damn numbers. I've started following this dude who's all into this stuff, so it's one of the things that's on my timeline all the time. Did you know the Christmas Day games, like the NBA got like one, God, I can't remember exactly. So let's just say $2 million. That might be giving them more, 2 million viewers. Well, the NFL had 25 million people watching regular season games.
Yeah.
That just leads me into my next conversation. Please don't even give it, like all these, you know who started this, Doc's kid. Austin Rivers went on, was it NBA Today? I believe, wasn't it?
Probably.
One of those shows, and says that there's like 30, 40 NBA players that could go and play in the NFL. And there's nobody in the NFL that can go play. Man, are you smoking crack, son? I know that they're big, they're athletic, and they're skilled, but you think that NBA players want to go out there and play in a controlled chaos and take physical abuse the way they do in the National Football League? No. And then you're like, oh, but nobody in the NFL. Do you remember that guy Charlie Ward for Florida State? Heisman Trophy winning quarterback who decided he wanted to play basketball as well? He was a pretty damn good guard for the Knicks, by the way. Remember Julius Peppers at North Carolina? Great defensive end. Now you can be like Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates was an average basketball player who was a good thing that he went and played football, and he was just a very damn good tight end. And yes, it worked out. But Draymond Green, did you see it when he tried to play football at Michigan State? Have you seen his highlight videos?
I've not.
It's hilarious.
Braun.
Braun ain't going, dude. He'll get cut in half.
Braun. Everyone says Braun was better or was just as good at football than he was at basketball.
Yeah, when he was playing 16-year-old kids.
Well, I mean, everyone's got to play 16-year-old kids at some point.
And he didn't play defense. He was a wide receiver.
That's right.
I
mean, what does that mean?
no. What I mean is like, Braun don't want to get cut in half.
You're probably right. I can see him being a good tight end out there, flaring out. Give me the ball.
I couldn't see him blocking anybody. He can't.
Receiving tight end.
He don't play no defense, man.
Memphis had a lot of tight ends that don't know how to block.
That was a nice, fun shot.
Thank you.
Al Bloodworth liked to block.
Sure.
That's my good buddy.
Yeah. I've had great blocking tight ends, but I'm saying in recent history, maybe like 4, 5, 6 years ago. Sam Kraft, speaking of Tigers, Sam Kraft was a football player that played basketball for the Tigers.
Yeah, quit messing with me, man. Basketball people, please. Stop it. Plus, you think those basketball players are going to go out there and work that hard for non-guaranteed contracts? Hell no.
That would be a fun exercise, though. Like, what basketball player could play football and what football player could play basketball?
There's a lot of big dudes in the NBA. There's a lot of big dudes in the NFL. And man, like, just go watch. Like, the NBA players don't want to work out. Like, have you seen Christian McCaffrey's just workouts? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like the way these dudes, like, I don't think the NBA players understand. They like, LeBron James works on his body and spends $1 million because he likes to sit in a cryogenic chamber and likes to go shoot hoops. And I mean, dude, yes, he was born with the greatest genetics in the world. But LeBron James ain't going through an NFL training camp. LeBron be like, no. But anyway, that was a big topic. I saw that, and that's something I'm going to even, like, I might ask Isaac, because I know he's like, the NBA players there's so many NBA players that could go play in the NFL right now. No, not even a chance. Now, I hope you didn't listen to me yesterday. Sorry.
Oh, Jalen Duren could be a tight end. Oh, man, imagine Jalen Duren out there blocking some guys, catching passes. Oh, man.
I don't know. Jalen Duren.
A big guy.
He might be a big guy, but again, it's kind of like who's that big wrestler guy? Brock Lesnar. Wow. What I'm saying is there's just been big dudes who've tried to go play in the NFL, and what happens is embarrassingly bad.
Nobody gives them time, John.
You got to play like to be an NFL player. This is something you've been playing football for a long time. Like, people ain't walking around. Like, remember those great rugby players that tried to try out for the NFL? Like, this is something that you have got. I mean, there are steps, and it is a slow, gradual process to become as skilled as you are at what you do in the National Football League. Left tackles blocking defensive ends that can bend and are running 4.3, 4.4 40s, weighing 265 pounds.
Isaiah Thomas.
The point guard?
Uh-huh.
What is he going to do?
Running back. hide behind there. Sometimes I watch the Cowboys and they throw Deuce Vaughn in there, and I think it's Isaiah Thomas,
No.
Only difference is Isaiah Thomas begs to be on teams, and I guess Deuce Vaughn gets drafted to the Cowboys because his father works for them. Kind of similar.
Nice little shot.
Thank you.
Poor Deuce.
I chose violence this morning, John. I'm just mad at the world.
It's all right, man. It's a Thursday, man. And by the way, speaking of a Thursday, this Saturday, it's only a couple of days away. That's Kubota's Orange Day sales. It is huge. And if you don't know what Kubota is, please. They only have the best tractors, mowers, excavators.
There you go. Well, what other one did we learn yesterday? There you go.
And backhoes. They have everything. And again, out at First Choice Farms, it's Kubota Days. 0% financing on all Kubota equipment. They're at 12701 Highway 64. Out on Highway 64, I'll be out there 11 to 1. We're going to have all kinds of good things for you. We're going to have like movie tickets and golf course passes at Wedgwood and food and all that good stuff. But the most important thing is it's 0% financing on all Kubota equipment. Not only are they doing that, but your mowers. Let's just say you lived in Germantown. I'm kind of use this like you lived on a half-acre lot. Now you moved out to somewhere where you got 5 acres. Your little push mower ain't going to work. So not only is it 0% financing on all Kubota equipment this Saturday only, but their mowers, their best-selling mowers, their best-selling mower across the country, the best-selling Kubota mower, the one that you sit and ride and all that stuff, and it's like NASCAR for grass cutting. $400 off Saturday only. Their F Series 250, their RTV Series 250, their BX Series 350 off, their LX Series 350 off, their L Series 400, their Grand L 500, and the MX is $600 off. Nope, sorry, $500 off. Don't want to say it wrong and then get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you right now, you head out Saturday only. Damn, I wish it was Friday.
Me too.
I love me some Fridays. You go out there and see my people. I got a couple friends out there. You go see Emily. She'll get you financing. You go talk to Jay. He's in sales. They're going to take care of you. Again, 0% financing and also deals on all their mowers. Head out to Highway 64. They are at 12701 Highway 64, and it's First Choice Farms and Lawn. Don't touch the dial. Isaac Simpson, we talking NBA and some Tigers on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
As the seasons change, so does the need for reliable home comfort. It's time to turn to the experts with Choates, where your family's comfort is our top priority. Right now, Choates is making it easier than ever to upgrade your home's climate control with our exceptional Carrier systems. There's never been a better time to enhance your comfort. Select from incredibly low monthly payments, 36 months no interest financing, or choose our $1,650 Cool Cash rebate instead and lower the upfront cost on select Carrier systems. It's not just savings, it's cool cash in your pocket. Low monthly payments, no interest financing, or cool cash rebates? Whatever you choose, you're choosing quality, reliability, and the trusted service of Choates. Call us today at 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to learn more about these incredible savings. But hurry, these deals are as fleeting as a cool breeze on a hot day. Choates, let our family serve your family.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All of us tend to overdo things a little bit once spring takes hold, and some of the time we might wake up with a little bit of a headache and a lot of appetite. Your answer to a big night before is a breakfast or lunch at Sunrise. Sunrise East on Poplar and Sunrise on Jefferson are made for filling your belly with sweet relief. Have some signature square biscuits, some perfectly prepared eggs, or at lunch, a nice juicy Sunrise burger. And if your night before isn't quite over, both Sunrise locations have a full bar. Sunrise on Poplar and Sunrise on Jefferson, the perfect place to get over last night.
This Mother's Day, let's celebrate the woman who held our scraped knees, cheered our victories, and nurtured our dreams, and show her the love she deserves. Of course, there's no single gift that can truly express the depths of our love, but this Mother's Day at Genesis Diamonds, we'll help you find something truly special. From sparkling diamonds to timeless pearls to colored gemstones, we have it all. And the trusted experts at Genesis are here to help you find the perfect piece that helps you say, "Thank you, Mom." It's a perfect time to see the amazing collection of exclusive and acclaimed jewelry designers at Genesis, like Gabriel & Company, Shy Creation, Tacori, A. Jaffe, Simon G., and more. You can find all the mothers in your life something unique, handcrafted and beautiful. Jewelry she can wear and appreciate every day. Mom deserves the best. Let us help make this Mother's Day truly unforgettable with something affordable yet timeless. Happy Mother's Day from Genesis Diamonds. On Poplar and Perkins Extended.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. You know it's always brought to you by the best. Of course, that's Tito's Handmade Vodka, crafted and still in the United States down in Austin, Texas, baby. Good old US of A vodka. It's gluten-free, 100% made of corn, 6 times distilled, then distilled in classic copper pots. The old school method. That's why it's got that unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note. It balances everything out. You can be crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Whatever you're doing, get your Tito's on today. It's time to talk to my good buddy Isaac Simpson. You know Isaac. He joins me every single Thursday. Grizzlies, Tigers, Ethos Grizzlies, Tiger Sports Report. And he's also all over the Twitter at IsaacW_NBA. Isaac, what's up on this Thirsty Thursday?
Man, I'm doing well, Don. I can't complain at all. How you doing?
Man, I'm happy. I'm blessed. The weather is beautiful. The storms have moved out. I might actually sleep tonight because my little dog during the storm screamed and yelled all night. So if I fall asleep.
That was crazy.
That was
crazy last night. It was hailing and all kind of stuff, man. That was wild.
Yeah, it was a little bit loud up in my crib, man. It was loud, and it wasn't the good kind of loud. It was dead dogs barking and the threat of like a tree falling on the house. But man, the basketball last night. I honestly have to ask you your opinion because I feel like watching the East play basketball is like watching the JV compared to the varsity. I just feel like there's two different levels of play to this. Now, I'm excluding the Boston Celtics, who will be the poor team that comes out of the East. But like right now, the Pacers and the Knicks, as impressive as Jalen Brunson has been, as impressive as the whole Nova the boys have been. I mean, What Josh Hart's doing is like that dude just shows you that he just wants to win. My man's running a marathon every single night. He's the most active guy out there. He's 6'4" and he's getting more rebounds than anybody. I mean, he's impressive. DiVincenzo, like Dante DiVincenzo, I can promise you this, and I do know that you a long time ago, and I thought you were crazy. You said the Grizzlies needed to go out and get Dante DiVincenzo. You were right. Like these three guys are awesome and a fun story, but neither one of these teams would stand a chance against the Celtics or anybody in the West. Am I crazy?
I actually love watching this Knicks team play. And I think one thing that they're gonna come out of this Indiana series. I think I picked Knicks in 5, and I still feel pretty good about that. The thing about it is,
I wish I had you on yesterday.
He's running these guys in the ground. You lose Mitchell Robinson for the season. You got OG Anunoby who's banged up, and
he's likely not to play
right now. Yeah, you got Bronson's banged up, and even Josh Hart, you can see him holding his hip at times. I mean, I think they're going to be really banged up going to that Boston series. I think if they were completely healthy and rested, I really do think they can give Boston a run. I think because I don't trust Boston. I feel like the Knicks play harder than them. The Boston just kind of coast in series like in that the series against that they were playing earlier with Miami. They lost that game.
Yeah, at their house. Yeah, they were 14.5-point favorite, lost.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that you get with the Celtics. I don't trust them. I really do feel like because the Knicks just go out and play with so much passion. I mean, they punk teams. I mean, that's kind of what they did in late in the fourth quarter against Indiana, and that's what you've seen in this series. And I just feel like they're the tougher team, but I just feel like going into that series, they're going to be banged up. It's going to be tired, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get it done. But I enjoy watching them play. I mean, they play hard, kind of remind you on both ends of the floor of some of the things that the Grizzlies used to do defensively during the grit and grind area.
Dude, they remind me, honestly, of the bad boy Pistons in the way that you got a small guard out there doing his things. Now, they don't have the big guys down low banging, but what you do have is an undersized Josh Hart who's playing like he's 6'9", the way he's grabbing rebounds. And then you got Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, I enjoy watching these Knicks. They just want it more than the Pacers. It's more of a I'm more just basically casting dispersions on the level of play, especially from like the Indiana Pacers, the Miami Heats. And then I look over at what Minnesota's doing, Oklahoma City's doing. I look at, what Dallas did in their last series against the Clippers. And, of course, the Nuggets, they look like they're getting waxed, but they do have the 3-time, MVP up in the house in Jokic, and they are the reigning champs. I just feel like the West is playing at a different level of basketball.
Oh, yeah. Whoever wins this, in my opinion, whoever wins this Minnesota-Denver series, whether Denver comes back and makes it a series, whoever wins that series, I think is going to win the championship. It is wild because watching the Minnesota Timberwolves throughout the season, I did not see this coming. I knew they were a really good team, but I never did I think, okay, Minnesota's probably going to win the title this year. And I really feel like that's a strong possibility at this point. And I never thought I'd be saying that.
Man, what Minnesota is they've got athletic wings all over the damn place. Then you have 2 7-footers, and they didn't even need one the other night against the Nuggets. You got Mike Conley, a coach on the court, and then you literally have what is called a superstar in Anthony Edwards. Like Naz Reid, by the way, is turning into
I was going to say, when you get Cat out, you got Naz Reid coming in.
Dude, how did Naz Reid go from an undrafted to a superstar?
Yeah, I mean, he's really good. I mean,
dude, where did he play? Did he play at LSU or
LSU? Yeah, he went to LSU.
Like he wasn't like I remember when he was in the SEC and he wasn't anything special at all. And now that dude is cold blooded. He will hit a 3 in your face. He will board you. He will block you. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, they just have so many guys on their team. I mean, defensively, like you said, you got Mike Conley, who just ultimate professional, just goes out and plays ball. It just feels like he never misses a shot. When he takes a shot, it feels like in these playoffs it goes in almost every shot he takes. You got Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who plays defense, man, and is just
in your shorts, man. He's in your shorts, that dude. So he's filthy.
Yeah, and you just got Ant just on a different level right now. Like, I mean, taking his game up 2 or 3 notches. And, I mean, he looks like the best player in the league. Like, he's scary when – I mean, I've never seen a guy get so many unabated trips to the basket. I mean, he just goes right past guys, and he's wide open layup, wide open dunks, and nobody's touching him. Like, you just don't see that, and he does that consistently. I don't know who can guard him. Like, I haven't – in these playoffs, man, he just seems unguardable. And that team is – man, you got Kyle Anderson out there. I mean, they just can run all these guys at you defensively. You got Cat and got Gobert going to be back after him having a kid, having his wife's baby. So he missed that game, but he's going to be back. So now you got Naz Reid coming out of the bench. It's just they just come at you in waves, man, and it's just they got Denver. I've never seen anybody make Denver look like this. I said Denver in 6 to start this series off, man, but I don't see that happening. Like I think they're toast. Like I don't know, lose first 2 games at home. I don't think they'll sweep them. I think Denver will find a way to win one of these games in Minnesota, but I can't see them beating this team 4 times. I mean, they just made them look silly in that game the other night. Just handcuffs, man, on them. They couldn't do anything. Only scored 80 points. Just I don't know, man. It's just this team is just on a different level, and I can't see anybody beating this team 4 times. I don't think Dallas can do it, and I can't see Boston doing it either.
Man, yeah, I can't either. But one thing though, I want to ask you, Oklahoma City. You know, we are just oohing and ahhing over what we're seeing from Minnesota, and rightfully so. I mean, they held the deadgum Timberwolves to 80 points the Timberwolves held the Nuggets to 80 points at their house, 35 points in the first half. I mean, it was just a beatdown of epic proportion. Beat down. And I look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, though. They've won 9 straight going back to the regular season. They're 5-0 in the playoffs. And they worked Dallas. And they don't just have one dude. They have a bunch of young dudes. And they played at a very, very high – like, they're getting up and down the court. They got length. I like them as well. Do you feel that Oklahoma City in Minnesota – I mean, would you? I think that would be an amazing Western Conference Finals. I don't know who would win it.
Hey, I would take Minnesota. I just think the physicality that they play with. I find it hard to see anybody beating this team 4 times. I mean, what we saw in those first 2 games against Denver is just, like I said, something I didn't expect. I mean, they opened my eyes. Like I feel a completely different about the West. Even looking in from the Grizzlies' perspective, I feel a little bit different about the West now because it felt like you were just chasing Denver, and now it feels like Minnesota has passed them. You also got OKC, like you talk about in the mix, and with their assets, they're sooner rather than later, there's a big move coming from them, and they're already the 1 seed, young and already the 1 seed now. So what's going to happen if they add another all-star level player to that team? I mean, the West it's going to be tough, man. The Grizzlies are going to have to come with it, man, and do something to improve their basketball team because these teams aren't waiting. I mean, they've really improved around them. And you talk about OKC. I picked OKC in 7 against Dallas. I think, Dallas is a weird team. I mean, because they'll have bad games, then they'll come back and play really well. Like they're very inconsistent. With what you see from Dallas. So I think they're going to make it a series. It's going to be interesting tonight how this goes. I've said this a lot, and when I look at Dallas and Luka, you look at his numbers throughout the playoffs, and I tweeted this the other night. He's 17 of 75 from 3 in the playoffs for like 22%. I mean, he can't hit terribly inefficient. Mm-hmm. I just don't think you can win a title with Luka as your best player. Like a lot of Luka fans, Dallas fans get mad when I say that, but I just think the ball dominance, the ISO basketball, there's only so much of that you can get away with, especially in the playoffs and high-level games. You got to get other guys involved, and his assist numbers look good, but his shooting numbers have been bad. I mean, he's been even when he has big games, I don't feel like it impacts winning the way it should. He'll have 40 points and have a triple-double, and they'll win a game by 1 or lose. I just don't feel like it has the impact that it should. So I think OKC wins this series. I think it's going to be a longer series. I think it'll be 6 or 7 games, and then I think we're going to get that Minnesota OKC series, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you got the different styles. I mean, you got the young team in OKC, and you got this team that's a mix of young guys and veterans with Minnesota and the physicality that they're bringing. I think that's going to be a fun Western Conference Final Series. I don't think there's any question. I think that's exactly what we're going to get.
Both teams, Minnesota and Oklahoma City, both teams play really damn good defense. How is it the Pacers don't realize that there's two sides to the ball? Because they don't play any defense.
No, and Tibbs left Andrew Nembhard on the island out there with Jalen Brunson late in that fourth quarter. I mean, he was just killing them, and I don't know why he didn't go back to
Rick Carlisle's an idiot for not going to T.J. McConnell. I mean, you get back in the game, you're down 10, you come back, you get within 2, you take out T.J. McConnell, and then Nembhard comes back in, and then next thing you know, you turn around, you're down 8. Yeah,
I didn't understand that at all, and he just left him out there on the island, man. I was like, because T.J. McConnell's about it. Like, he was he is a tremendous player, man. I love him. I love his game. Has a little fire to him, and he can play that better defense on Bronson than Andrew Nembhard. I mean, you just couldn't. I don't know why you let him continue to go one-on-one in that game, and that kind of pretty much lost the game for him late in the fourth quarter. So I think that was a terrible mistake by Rick Carlisle by leaving Andrew Nembhard out there on Bronson. But, I mean, all these series are going to be interesting, man. It's switching back to Indiana. They asked Jalen Brunson after the game, was he going to be able to go for Game 3? And he didn't sound super confident. I kind of think if I'm Thibodeau,
set him.
Depending on how
OG Brunson sit, we'll give up a game.
I think I sit some of those guys. I feel confident enough in that they can still win the series if they give up a game. Like I don't feel like them losing one game because you're not going to win both in Indiana. I never expected them to win both. I thought they'd probably split. So if those guys are still banged up, man, I don't think I would force it because he's already a guy that plays guys 40-plus minutes. I mean, these guys are playing.
Josh Hart's averaging, I think it's 40, 1 minute or 40.
41 or 42 minutes,
he's averaging 48 minutes.
Oh, 48.
He's been in every regular season game. I mean, he's played every minute of every minute of regulation and overtime. So he's like averaging over 48 minutes in the postseason, which is insane.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This is just the second round. I mean, these guys, you're probably going to have another series against Boston that you have to go into, and that's what I was kind of talking about at the top, man. You got guys banged up, running these guys into the ground. They might not have any gas left by the time they get out of this Indiana series. So I think I would kind of go light in this one. I don't think if Brunson is kind of any kind of way still banged up, I don't think I would probably sit him in this Game 3.
Man, we got so much to get to. We're going to take a quick break. You cool with that?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Because I got to ask you, man, Tyrese Halliburton, is he a superstar or not? Plus, we got to talk about the Memphis Tigers and the little football team. So don't you dare touch the dial. Sports 56 with Isaac on the other side, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Hernando, Little Rock, and Cleveland, Mississippi specializes in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up. And if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SAVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SAVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SAVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Small business owners, we know tackling your to-do list can sometimes feel like going 12 rounds against a heavyweight champ. Except that heavyweight's gloves are made of something hard, like diamonds. So when a new to-do pops up, you're like, I can't. I'm boxing my diamond boxing glove-wearing heavyweight champ of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy with over 30 customizable coverage options, so you can finally land a knockout blow. See if you can save on business insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Ben. Blah, 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 blah. There goes my mouth again. I'm loving those dead. You know
what were you trying to say? I'm your buddy, man? Was that what was trying to come out?
No, I have no idea what was coming out. I was really excited about your story during the break, and I have not been able...
One that we cannot share on the air.
I think the bees came from which maybe, like, popped on my screen.
Maybe. I don't know. Huh.
Who knows? I've lost my mind. But you know what? It's a thirsty Thursday. Everybody loves little Tito's. Maybe I had a little bit during the break. Who knows? But now it's time to bring back my good buddy Isaac Simpson. Isaac, what's up, homie?
Man, what up?
Man, I'm ready to talk about Tyrese Halliburton because I was so agitated hearing about how he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's past Jai. He's better than Jai. He's this. He's that. My man in the third quarter, when everything went south last night, took one shot. One shot when his team is just floundering in the third. They had a 10-point lead when they started the third quarter. They were down 8 when they went into the fourth quarter. It's like, that's embarrassingly bad. They got outscored by 18, and he shrunk. In game one, let's not forget, first half he had 6 points. Like, this dude, he does a disappearing act one quarter a game, and it seems like it's always that crucial part of the game where the Pacers need him to get a damn bucket.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player, but he's nowhere near the level of Ja. Like, people were crazy saying that, man. It's like I said, he's a guy, I mean, he gets a lot of assists, but I think he's probably more of a 1B on like a really high level team. Like he's not your franchise guy. He's the type of guy that needs somebody else to kind of be that guy, and he can be that kind of secondary guy. I think he's more of a Robin than he is a Batman. And John is definitely a Batman. So I don't think there's any question about that. He's not on the same tier. And like you said, man, you can't rely on him in big moments. He's not a guy that you can say, okay, we're down. He's going to be the guy that pulls us out of this. That's not his game. He's too passive. He's just not a guy that's that aggressive. I mean, there are times where he gets hot, and in games you see a lot in the regular season, but we haven't really seen that in the postseason from him. And he shrunk, like you said, when they need him the most. And in these big moments, he hasn't been the guy that's come up for them.
Dude's known. Like, dude has one of, like, the greatest titles in the world. I don't know if you heard about the offseason. Like, people say that they're, like, you know, he's a very lucky man, let's say. But he suffers from shrinkage when it comes to the basketball court. I'll tell you that much. Now, I got to know. Right now, we have Sunday. It's quickly approaching. Everybody knows that's the ping pong day. NBA draft lottery balls are going to be bouncing. The Grizzlies have a 7.5% chance to get a top 4 pick. I'm just kind of curious when I look around the league at some of the bigs that'll be available. I look at the draft and the bigs available, and I see that the one glaring weakness the Grizzlies have is, well, they don't have a big. What are you thinking about this Sunday? What are you looking at? Like, when you look at Isaiah Hartenstein, I mean, this guy's now going to compare, probably after this he's going to get, what, 16, 17, 18 million dollars now a year?
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if he got 20. He's about to get paid. There's no question. A lot of Grizzlies fans have kind of been eyeing him, and I've been telling them that's probably not going to happen. Number one, he loves New York. I think they love him. I don't see him going anywhere. I think they're going to pay him, but they're got to pay him big. I mean, they're about to bag the Brinks truck up. He's going to get paid, and this playoff run has made it even higher. I mean, he's earned himself even more money in these playoffs. So I don't think that's going to be an option for the Grizzlies this offseason, because they don't have the money to afford him. Even if he was going to leave New York, they can't afford it. It would have to be a sign and trade, and those are unlikely. I mean, it's too many parties have to agree. I don't ever even talk about sign and trades because it's so hard to pull off, because you got the player has to want to go to that team. They have to accept the money. The team that you're trading from has to accept whatever you're giving them. It's just too hard to work out, so I don't even talk about those. But I think Howard is going to get his money, and I think it's going to be with the New York Knicks. But as far as the draft, I think Donovan Clingan, man, from UConn, 7'2",
how high do they need to be in the draft to get him? Like, where do the balls need to bounce for them? Like, where do they need to land to get Clingan, you think?
I mean, this draft is weird because it's completely different than most drafts, because there's not really a consensus, because all of these guys are kind of, nobody's really hugely separated from anybody else. I mean, the number one pick is expected to be Prince kid, power forward center, Alexander Starr. He's expected to go number 1, but after that, I mean, it's kind of all over the place. I mean, you see some mock drafts would have it, the Grizzlies stay at 7 or 8, that they can get him there. You see him up at 4 in some drafts, 4 or 5. I mean, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's there. But I think that has to be their number 1 target. If he's not there, for me, at that point, I'm probably looking to move the pick. Hopefully, you can move down and maybe pick up a veteran center in a deal and move down later in the draft and still get a guy there, or maybe you trade out completely and you use that pick and add it with players and get a vet center that way. But they got to find a way to get a big. I think that pick has to be used as a vehicle to find a way to address the front court, because that's the glaring weakness, because they don't have a true center on the roster right now. But I actually think they probably need to go get two bigs, probably a center and a power forward, or either two guys that can kind of be interchangeable, maybe one big center and one power forward center combo, because they got to address their front court, because I'm not a fan of Jaren starting at the 5 at all. I'm not a fan of that. I still think there's a possibility.
We've seen it too much.
Happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling. I got a feeling that still might happen. Even if they draft Klingon, I think they might bring him off the bench, because if you listen to Zach Kleiman, I kind of think that's what Zach Kleiman wants, is Jared to start at the 5. He even went so far as to say in the end of season press conference that he feels like they're at their best when Jared's at the 5, because they want to run this modernized offense where you have these guys interchangeable, you get up and down the court, but Jared just doesn't rebound enough for you to have him at the 5. If he rebounded, I think it would be okay, but that's the big issue with him, man. He's only giving you 4 or 5 rebounds a game, and then you don't have anybody even next to him at the power forward position that's a big-time rebounder either. That's just not going to work. I mean, you're going to get killed on the boards, so they got to bring somebody in here with some size, I think, to play next to him. And I'm a big fan of Klingon, man. I think he's the guy. I know a lot of people talk about Zach Edey. I'm not a big fan of his NBA prospect, and we'll see how that works out. I just don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to stay on the floor enough to have the type of impact that the people that like him think he's going to have. I just think he's going to get played off the floor in a pick and roll. They got to kill him on switches. I just don't think you're going to be able to keep him on the floor. I think he's going to end up being a guy that's super specialized. Like, there's certain situations you can put him in the game, but I don't think he's going to be a guy that you could run out there regularly. Like, you're going to start him at center. I can't see that with Edey.
Isaac, man, tell me what you're working on, what you got coming down the pipe, and where people can find you.
Yeah, man, just go over to Ethos Grizzlies. Check me out there, TigerSportsReport.com, and on my personal Twitter feed at Isaac_NBA.
Man, be blessed, homie. Have a great weekend.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That is Isaac Simpson at Isaac_NBA. We got Evie Van Pelt on the other side. We're talking Ole Miss Rebels on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
There's someone in my head, but it's not me.
Regions Bank presents Live at the Garden at Radians Amphitheater June 6th with Dierks Bentley. This summer's lineup also includes the Goo Goo Dolls, John Fogerty with George Thorogood, Sam Hunt and Styx with Foreigner. All season and individual tickets on sale now. Live at the Garden is also presented by South State Duncan Williams, Duncan Williams Asset Management, AutoZone, True Green, The Lilly Company, Gossip Motors, Pro Show, and Mahaffey Events. For more information, go to radiansamp.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Being stuck in a bad timeshare can be overwhelming, straining your finances, your health, and even family relationships. I know because everyday families call us for help, stressed to no end because of a timeshare they were misled into buying and can't even use. Some people even get second jobs or come out of retirement just to pay for fees that go on forever. I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help good folks out of bad timeshare deals. And our mission is working. To date, we've helped over 40,000 families achieve timeshare freedom. Give me a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free exit info kit. 800-420-2255. 800-420-2255. 800-420-2255.
Extraordinary events come once in a blue moon, and right now, even the most extravagant luxuries are well within reach. The one and only May sale is back at Sissy's Log Cabin, and you can save up to 50% on nearly everything in the store. This is your chance to get the service, selection, and experience that makes you feel like family at the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Thirsty Thursday. It's a beautiful day in the Mid-South. I know, I don't know if the gentleman who was covering over at the Rebel Walk covering the baseball games probably gotten up yet today. That was a 15-inning game last night.
Late night.
Woo-wee! That was a late night. We're going to talk all things Ole Miss sports, and you can get all your sports information from one place, therebelwalk.com, the number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. The founder, the publisher, Evie Van Pelt. She joins me now. What's up, Evie? How are you today?
Oh, man, what a long game last night. With a less than desirable ending.
Well, the thing is this year, let's be real, it's just been a battle. Injuries, the pitching, everything's just it feels like it just has not been Ole Miss's year in baseball, hasn't it?
Oh man, it's just like 2 steps forwards and 3 steps back, maybe, I guess. After the game last night, and my guy out there stayed till the very end and to get some post game video for us. But to add, I guess, injury to insult, Coach Bianco talked about how we've talked about how our little freshman phenom Austin Simmons
now he's hurt.
Now he's hurt, and it's actually, I think there is some good news though. It definitely is his UCL. However, he's not going to have to undergo surgery. He's going to, rehab, do whatever, and they expect him to be back for football in the fall, if not doing some summer football stuff. So that's really good news that he won't have to have surgery.
Yeah, that is great. No, that's great news. Again, if you have not heard of Austin Simmons, let me just tell you something. He's going to be a special young man. I mean, he does everything. He's great at school. He's great at baseball. He's great at football. And he's still, 18 now?
Yes, he just turned 18 this fall and has been through a whole football semester. And I tell you, it just, to me, it's funny because he seems to be the one that Bianco talks about. Well, one, he speaks highly of him. He's pitched him a number of times, I think 13 appearances this season, and before he got hurt. And, the thing he always says in relation to Austin is it's just he has no fear. And he said the football guys, he notices that. He doesn't know if it's that, they're used to playing in front of so many people in a big football stadium or whatever, but he just said just no fear, and that's exactly what Austin Simmons showed. So I think a lot of folks can't wait to see him, when he gets his chance to duke it out with Walker Howard, to see who's going to be the quarterback after Mr. Jackson Dart is done.
Like right now, Austin would technically be about finishing up his junior year, wouldn't he?
Yes, isn't that crazy?
You know how many high school kids are so glad? That's what I'm saying. You know how many high school kids are glad this guy decided to classify himself 2 years early?
Gone. Yes, that he is gone. I tell you, definitely. I think that there are probably a whole lot of them. So just this, like you say, super kid, and I'm really, like I say, I'm really excited about his future. I'm glad he isn't having to have surgery, and I think probably, I've reached out to an orthopedist, a sports orthopedist, to find out, kind of maybe a little bit more info. Of course, he can't talk about Austin per se, but he can just give me a little bit of an idea, a sprain versus a tear. But obviously, anytime you have a tear, that's not good. So we're glad to hear just sprain.
Well, speaking
and
of
I bet Lane Kiffin is too.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Lane Kiffin, I told you, was at that baseball game when Austin got hurt and followed him down into the dugout and into the facility.
Oh, really?
So yes, he did. So Lane was there, and I think he definitely wanted to know what was up.
I mean, Lane, he knows he wants Walker Howard healthy. He wants Jackson Dart healthy. He wants Austin healthy. He wants the whole football team healthy, especially that quarterback room. One other thing, speaking of an injury, how's Ethan's thumb?
Well, it's interesting. This last weekend, boy, we sure could have used him against Auburn. I guess we can talk about that.
Could have used him against Murray State.
Also, but yeah, well, we definitely, he leads the Rebels in batting average, I think, at 323, and he has a fractured thumb. Bianco told us that it's one of those cases where if he tries to play, he's not going to injure it any more than it already is, and so they tried fitting him in Auburn with a brace made specially for his thumb, but it was still just too inflamed because he did it last week in the Governor's Cup game against Mississippi State, and wouldn't you know, and hit by pitch, and so he cannot play this weekend. He's not going to be on the roster for the weekend, so it's kind of just a week by week thing. So not for A&M. You'd hope they could have him back for LSU the following weekend at Alex Box, but there's just no guarantee yet. Because I'm not giving up yet. I mean, I know it looks bleak, but 6 SEC games left.
Until there's 0% chance, you're fighting.
Until there's 0, I am still fighting. So there is no white flag waving over here, and we'll see. A&M will be tough, but they've got them at home, and A&M's not as good on the road in baseball. I was reading about that. Their away record is not that great. So so you're saying there's a chance, and then heading into Alex Box. I mean, that's always tough. I mean, nobody likes to go play there.
No, they really don't. But we're down the home stretch. Like they need to start racking up some wins and no losses.
Yeah, they really do. We've tried to figure out kind of the magic number that they need. And I think if you compare to Missouri, because Missouri is the one right below them. I think Ole Miss is 9-15, and the SEC in Missouri 7-17. So if you look at the magic numbers, my algebra teacher David has done all this for me, and he said, five, any combination of 5 for Ole Miss out of the remaining 6 games. So yeah, it'd be great if we could win 5 and take care of it ourselves. But any combination of Ole Miss wins and Missouri losses that equal to 5, then you don't have to worry about the SEC tournament, because I'm still we got to get in the SEC tournament now. Now, I think Auburn, they're done. And, again, Missouri plays Auburn. They've got an opportunity to get some wins here, but definitely that magic number right now is 5 for the SEC tournament.
Well, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Come on, Mike and the gang. Let's go out there 5 out of the next 6. Let's just do it and then get hot in the SEC tournament. Speaking of tournaments, by any chance, did you catch the crazy softball tournament ending yesterday?
Yes, I did. Actually,
I got it on the X. I wasn't watching. I was paying attention to I had the NBA, and then I actually, believe it or not, I bet on some hockey last night. So I had the hockey game going on. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at my X, and the ending from I think it was Georgia, and I already forgot the team's dadgummit. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I didn't see that one. I watched Ole Miss and Missouri, but I did not see that one.
It was
Auburn.
It was Auburn and Georgia, right?
Yep. Longest game in SEC softball tournament history.
And it ended, the way it ended was crazy. So Auburn hits a 3-run homer, and you think they're going to win, and then they come back with 2 outs, and Georgia hits a 3-run homer.
Whoa.
And then the girl comes up, and it's tied up, and then she hits an opposite field home run to walk that Jun off. It was
my God.
I was watching that. I was like, this is wild, man. I'm telling you.
Wow. Yeah, so now I think Ole Miss waits to find out, till the selection show to see if they'll make it in the tournament. So they had a big opening game win of the SEC tournament and then lost to Missouri. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Keeping our fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Now, I can't wait to talk a little bit of football. What's going on with Eli and Jackson?
Oh, well, it was really cool. I tell you what, I'm so impressed with the Grove Collective at Ole Miss, the NIL arm, I guess you could say, of the athletics program. And they had an evening with Jackson Dart and Eli Manning Monday night that was a sellout, and I think they raised a good bit of money. I think it was $5,000 a table.
Nice.
So, I think they raised a lot of money, and just really, I was thinking about it. I mean, Jackson Dart is a fantastic quarterback, but I think even a Jackson Dart, I would be pretty much in awe of an Eli Manning. That's Ole Miss royalty sitting there, and they just had a wonderful night. Folks got to ask them questions. Eli says he hopes Jackson breaks all his records.
I thought that was cool.
I thought that was really cool too. And so, and Jackson talked a little bit, about being in Oxford and how great it is, and just what an honor it is to be at Ole Miss. And so that was really cool. And again, I tell you what, I think the NIL at Ole Miss, that Grove Collective, they're doing some really unique, interesting things. And, man, it's showing with what they're able to do so far out there, like in the transfer portals.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to need your help, by the way, Mr. Dacus, because I'm trying to ask Evie a question, but I can't remember the young lady's name. Is there any truth to that superstar Hollywood actress, favorite player, Jackson Dart? What was her name?
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw that same tweet that you did. I do know that Jackson has had a girlfriend back home for quite some time.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know there. But I tell you what, I think he's going to be getting a lot of attention this coming season. I feel like Ole Miss last year kind of, not that they flew under the radar, but kind of. And having that returning roster where you're starting to have, national analysts. We have an article up about, I think, Joel Klatt and Chris Logue, some of the ESPN, Fox kind of guys, all starting to talk about Ole Miss and the college football playoffs next year. And that, their roster, they're all starting to kind of buy into, what Lane Kiffin has said, which is this is a really strong roster.
Yeah, it's no joke right now. And also, I don't know if you saw these. DraftKings has their odds updated for the 2024 Heisman. They have number one is Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck plus 900. They're both code number one. Number two, Jalen Milroe plus 1,400. Number three would be Jackson Dart at plus 1,800.
Yes, I saw that. Milroe kind of surprised me a little bit that he was as high up there, just because mainly I, get info from my, my Bama insiders. But, I tell you what, I was impressed. I said that. I was impressed with Milroe when Ole Miss went to Tuscaloosa this last year and played them and lost to him. And the knock was, he can run, but he can't make the long pass. But he did. He completed long passes in tight windows when he needed to. And so, but there's Mr. Dart up there. So I think that that's going to be a fun season. The everybody also talks about, one of the things these guys say when they say, Ole Miss should be a top 5 preseason pick and, very, very heavily favored to make the playoffs. Well, part of it is, as we've talked about, their schedule is so favorable this year compared to a lot of the people in the SEC. So I think that schedule, this is the year. If you're ever going to, sometimes you have a favorable schedule, but your roster isn't as strong, or vice versa. This year, I think they've got both. So it's going to be fun.
I know. I'm so excited to get back into the Grove and party and watch some football.
Days, Johnny.
114 days.
I've been counting. 114 days till kickoff on August 31st against Furman.
Oh,
so,
I cannot
that doesn't
wait.
sound that bad. We're getting closer.
No, we are getting a lot closer, and I see Chris Beard's getting a lot closer to putting this roster together. I heard y'all had a big man hanging out with y'all.
Yes, and I'm not even sure I can pronounce his name.
I just call him Nikita.
I was just going to say, I think I'm going to call him Nikita instead of Nikita Konstantinovsky. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
We tried.
We tried. We're going to go with Nikita, and again, I think we have an article up about him, and I found myself copying and pasting his last name rather than trying to type it in there over and over. But yeah, I mean, Chris Beard is, he's got the team doing really well in the portal. They've added Dre Davis, Davon Barnes, Sean Padula, Mikael Brown-Jones, and Malik Dia. There is some talk that they're preseason top 25. Mm-hmm. Yes. So we don't even know, these preseason projections don't even include Matthew Morrell, who we don't know yet if he'll be on campus or not.
I mean, we have to think honestly. I mean, if you're a betting, if you're like me, I'm a betting man. I love to throw some dollars down. Right. I would bet that Matthew returns.
See, I would think so too, just because I was talking to my basketball guru on my staff, and I think it's just a matter of I just don't know if he didn't get invited to the combine, and I think sometimes that can tell you a little bit, just not about where you are, but just kind of where those guys think you are, and so that'll be very interesting to see what he does. I believe Ole Miss, the last time I checked, I want to say they're like 12 in the transfer portal for 2024 team rankings. So that is huge for Ole Miss. And, I think Beard has known exactly what he wanted and what he needed. And I think Walker Jones and the NIL collective have, the Grove collective has come through. And so, definitely really eager to see what happens now with Konstantinovsky. I think he's a 6'10" center. He's originally from the Ukraine, but I think he ended up at Monmouth of all places, and so that's where he would be transferring in from. Anyway, had really good rebounding numbers, and so definitely we all know that's something Ole Miss needs some help with, is the rebounding numbers.
Now, I've got to switch gears a little bit, Evie.
Okay.
All right. We got some, we got some cool stuff going on with one former quarterback, and we got some scary stuff going on with another former quarterback.
We do.
Let's start off with the bad so we can end with the good.
Okay. Yes.
What's going on with Chad Kelly? Like wasn't he the player of the year in the Canadian League last year?
Yes. He has been suspended by the Argos. I believe I want to say 9 games. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's pretty hefty. There is a former person employed by the Argonauts, I want to say a trainer.
Strength coach.
Exactly, right. He was accused in a lawsuit of making unwanted advances and some threatening comments. She said she didn't do it. The Argos let her go, so she's being sued. She is suing the Argos for, unwarranted dismissal, I guess. And so then, but the CFL is who suspended him. They did a third-party investigation and said he violated the league's gender-based violence policy. So he's got to have some counseling, mandatory counseling sessions, and, we'll see. 9 games. So
if he can Chad. I'm just saying, like, that this counseling might be the best thing in the world that happens to him, because my man, if he can just get it right upstairs, he's got talent. Again, he's the reigning CFL MVP. It's just like he keeps getting in his own damn way.
I know it, and that's the thing, I mean, and Chad showed a lot of promise this last season. I mean, just showed, like you said, an MVP kind of season, and so it's really frustrating, but I'm with you. I mean, I feel like if there are some issues there, and again, it's my understanding, and I'm not trying to parse words here, but it's my understanding that it was, verbal, there was not, physical assault there. I'm not saying, that's any better, but I do think that that's the case. But you're right. I think hopefully he'll get the help he needs, because, man, he's talented, and I watched a few of his games this last season, and he can still sling that football.
I got a crazy friend of mine who's an Ole Miss junkie named Brasky on Thursdays, and he had me actually betting on some CFL games last year and Chad Kelly. So I can't even say anything. And this year he's got me betting on the Birmingham Stallions. And man, they're covering. And we know who's down there. We got Matt Corral.
Yes, Matt Corral down there. And we've got Tim Elko with the Birmingham Barons. So in the White Sox organization.
And by the way, didn't you just happen to run across him?
I had a little video sent to me. One of my writers.
Oh, you didn't even take this video?
I didn't even take. Oh no! I didn't take the video. I would never take that video.
That was so sweet for him to send that to you.
Sweet, yes, it was a very sweet little video from Tim Elko to me, and we will have an article out on him later today. But my writer asked him, "What would you tell this year's baseball team? You've been there. You've been there, in the right before the don't let the Reds get hot situation in 2022." And he just said, they've got to stay together. They've got to stay together, and they've got to believe in themselves. Believe you're there for a reason, and believe you can do it, and try and stay loose. And I think that sometimes, that happens. I mean, they're one of the worst fielding teams in the country. Their percentage, and they're at the bottom of the SEC. And a lot of times I think fielding is mental. Let's face it, every one of those guys has been playing baseball since they were probably 6 years old. They can field a ball. And I just think that you get tight, and, there's so much riding on these games. And I don't know, were you watching that game 3 against Auburn? Did you see that?
Pressure burst pipes, doesn't it?
Yes. I mean, to lose the game on a walk-off pass ball / wild pitch. The scorer, I think, scored it as a wild pitch. A lot of people thought it was a pass ball, but regardless of what it was a walk-off, And
you got to block that ball.
Devastating.
Devastating. That was painful.
Yeah, it was. And I think, you see it's like you've got Eli Birch, who's a freshman playing catcher. He hadn't been you've got him, you've got Campbell Smithwick, who was a 7A player of the year last year from Mississippi in Oxford and high school. And so you've got a lot of young kids back there. Birch doesn't hit the ball as well, but he fields better behind the plate. Smithwick can hammer the ball. I think he had, showed that yesterday, but struggles a little more back there. So just, and so for a coaching staff that's comprised of 4 former catchers, I know it's just got to be, kind of frustrating.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the whole, it just makes me think about the Cardinals situation, them scooting up old Contreras and him getting his, forearm broken. Is like, ugh. You had Yachty there for so long, and then he goes, and then you got Carlos Marmol changing things, and you look, of course, down at Mike, and you got all the catchers down there, and they just can't get the catch. Oh, it's just tough.
It's just tough. So, I mean, I think they've had a blow when they like we said, they lost Rivas for the year. They've JT Quinn is off and on, had some injuries. They've lost Austin Simmons. Austin Simmons was coming in and giving them a spark.
Yeah,
he was really, really good. Anyway, they used a lot of pitchers last night. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pitchers last night, and I think Bianco was just trying to. I mean, you've got this 15-inning game, 2 days before you start off against A&M, which is last I checked, I think they're the number 3 team in the country. So so he said, they were just trying to hold pitch counts down. They have 8 games in 11 days. And so, anyway, I did want to add, David wanted me to be sure and mention to you that today is the 1-year anniversary of my raccoon scratch and rabies shot.
No way.
Yeah, it's already been a year. There we go.
That was so scary.
That was scary. But I tell you what, every time I walk around outside now like I'm a boss, come at me. Like I put food down and a raccoon's near me. I'm like, come at me because I am completely rabies vaccine.
I got it. Bring it, little raccoon.
Bring it. Other people worry about COVID. No, I'm just like rabies. You need some sort of animal removal where there's potential rabies. I'm your girl. So.
Evie, you are absolutely the best. And I'm telling you, people, you got to give her a follow at Ole Miss Evie on the Twitter. Also follow the Rebel Walk. It's so simple. It's at the Rebel Walk. Go to therebelwalk.com for all things Ole Miss sports information. Don't forget they have the YouTube channel. They're dropping stuff all over on their YouTube channel. Heck, you're even putting my segment up there. Thank you.
We're putting, yes. And I meant to mention that last week. I couldn't believe I didn't. Yeah, you can go later today and get our segment on there with you, which is just you're just the premier host out there. I mean, I just can't tell you. Well, I've told you how many times. I just think you're the very best at what you do, and I'm so grateful that you let me come on, and so people can get that. And we've got Mike Bianco's interviews. We've got yesterday we posted a really good interview with Tim Elko, and so folks can go and check that out.
I just love my Thursdays with you. The only problem is Dacus will tell you, I usually, after talking to you, I can't get my head out the door. It's so big.
That's right. Oh, well, you just tell him it's much deserved.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And for all you out there, I'm serious. I know we got tons of Rebel fans out there. We are the home for all things Ole Miss sports information. That's the Rebel Walk. And we in Memphis, Tennessee are your number one source for Ole Miss games. Now, Evie, hotty toddy, be blessed, enjoy your weekends, and go whip some raccoons.
Okay, thank you, hotty toddy.
Thank you. That is Evie Van Pelt. We got some hardwood on the other side, so do me a favor, come back and join me. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Hernando, Little Rock, and Cleveland, Mississippi specializes in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hey, everybody. Is your family road trip ready for summer?
All-Star Chevy right here in Olive Branch is ready with your Silverado, Tahoe, or Suburban. And get up to 30 miles per gallon with your new All-Star Chevy Equinox or Trailblazer. Financing down to 1.9 and no payments for a full 90 days of summer. All-Star Chevy has a great deal on new 24 Blazer EVs. Get charged up for this 36-month lease on a Blazer EV at just $369 a month. Only $2,500 down and the usual tax, title, and license. For details, ask any sales consultant. And I'm looking at a ton of Silverados out here in Olive Branch. Discounts up to $10,500 and 1.9 financing. College students and grads, military, teachers, healthcare. You get an extra $500 bonus. You want pre-owned? Everything you want is here. All the Jeeps and trucks and even your Corvette. And as we celebrate Memorial Day, our friends at All-Star Chevy asked me to remind everyone to remember all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving our country. Together, let's drive to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
It's happening daily. We're being conned by the institutions we used to trust. The mainstream media is distracting us with meaningless headlines instead of focusing on the harsh realities facing American families. Time is short before something big happens, and that's why so many folks are preparing. They're becoming self-reliant by investing in emergency food storage from My Patriot Supply. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure 4-week emergency food kits for each member of your family. Each kit contains tasty breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Save $50 on each 4-week food kit you purchase. Plus, get free shipping on Ready Hour 4-week emergency food kits. You're not ready if it's not Ready Hour Foods. At My Patriot Supply, you can also get solar power generators, water filtration units, heirloom seeds, and survival gear. Order by 3 p.m. and your unmarked boxes ship the same day. Shop MyPatriotSupply.com today. MyPatriotSupply.com.
This Mother's Day, let's celebrate the woman who held our scraped knees, cheered our victories, and nurtured our dreams, and show her the love she deserves. Of course, there's no single gift that can truly express the depths of our love, but this Mother's Day at Genesis Diamonds, we'll help you find something truly special. From sparkling diamonds to timeless pearls to colored gemstones, we have it all. And the trusted experts at Genesis are here to help you find the perfect piece that helps you say, "Thank you, Mom." It's a perfect time to see the amazing collection of exclusive and acclaimed jewelry designers at Genesis, like Gabriel & Company, Shy Creation, Tacori, A. Jaffe, Simon G., and more. You can find all the mothers in your life something unique, handcrafted and beautiful. Jewelry she can wear and appreciate every day. Mom deserves the best. Let us help make this Mother's Day truly unforgettable with something affordable yet timeless. Happy Mother's Day from Genesis Diamonds. On Poplar and Perkins Extended.
.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. We're about to do a little at Hardwood because it feels so good. You know what else feels good? Eating a burger from Mugshots Bar and Grill, man. Let me just tell you something. Mugshots has been in Olive Branch for a while. Been down there many a times. They're awesome. They got 19 specialty burgers. They are straight fire. Now they got one in Collierville at 656 West Poplar. You need to go check it out. Cheers to good food, good drinks, and fun company, because Mugshots Grill and Bar is where you're always having a good time. They got 140 TVs. They're all over the place. They have happy hour 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. Yeah, that's right. Half-price domestic drafts. Heck, they have $3 snacks. You can get fried pickles, rotel, mushrooms, chicken tenders, $3. Drink your half-price beer and $3 snacks. Sit there and watch all the TV and all the games and hang out with your pals. Man, I'm telling you, head on over to Mugshots. They're now in Collierville, 656 West Poplar, where they're always having a good time. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Bro, this freaked me out. You know how I'm already scared of roaches, right?
Of course.
Because I saw a Rescue 911 as a child and a roach crawled in this dude's ear and it's messed my head up ever since. Scared to death of roaches. Now I'm scared that there's a parasitic worm eating my brain.
Oh, that's even more terrifying.
Have you heard what RFK Jr. said he was suffering from?
No.
Obviously a parasitic worm that was eating his damn brain, bro. I didn't even know worms can get in your brain.
Sure.
RFK Jr. goes on to tell where he was going through these serious health issues and was, couldn't remember nothing and was having all these problems and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. And he talks about how, everything, nothing was working. And they go in there and they check him out and he lights up because he's got a parasitic worm eating his brain. The thing that messes me up is this dude's had a parasitic worm eat off his brain and he can't speak very well. It sounds like he's on, you know what I'm saying? It just is terrible. Now, what he says is coherent. More coherent than the president of the United States currently, because he definitely has a parasitic worm eating on that dude's brain or dementia or just something. But dude, are y'all kidding me? This freaked me out. And while we're sitting here talking about brains, remember Neuralink? Do you know what Neuralink is?
Yesterday was 100 days, wasn't it?
100 days. Like that dude who had a chip. So I actually yesterday got insane. I don't know why. You know how they pull up those videos and it'll say censored videos or whatever? F around and find out. Crazy clips. And you probably shouldn't watch them because it's going to kind of mess you up. Well, I watched. So they drill a quarter-sized hole into your head. Then they implant this microchip that has these fibers that go down into your brain. And somehow they know that these little fibers know what you're thinking. You can control a computer. You can control all kinds of things around you. And yesterday, the dude who had the situation done, he's like Elon Musk is the greatest thing in the world. They showed him playing video games. He didn't have a control stick. He was just playing the video game with his mind. I don't know, man. That kind of freaks me out. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't want anything like that in my head, but that's just me.
Man, I don't know, man. That just was wild. And now this is also wild. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter. Did you hear what he pled guilty to?
No, I knew he pled guilty, but I didn't see exactly what he
pled guilty to. He admitted taking $17 million from the Dodgers superstar. And he pled guilty on Wednesday. And now the Justice Department announced the 39-year-old will soon face the music. And he's looking at one count of bank fraud, one count of filing a false tax return for extensive multiple years of fraud. And then also the defendant used deception for a massive theft. So my man is looking at 33 years in prison. Wow. 33 years. 30 years for the bank fraud, 3 years for the tax charge. Wowzers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, it's a lot of money, dude. This dude had it made, man. Why were you betting $12,500 a game when you didn't even have the money? And by the way, after you lose maybe $1 million of somebody else's money, don't you start to think to yourself, maybe I should call that hotline. You know that hotline about if you have a gambling problem? Bro, 33 years in the slammer. So, some of those people out there who originally I was one of them, now that he's facing 33 years and he's pled guilty, y'all don't believe this dude's taking backdoor money from Shohei Ohtani. Oh yeah, man, just go do a little time. And when you get out, I'll give you a couple more $1 million for my gambling. No, bro. Nobody goes to jail for 33 years. Nobody goes to jail for somebody else for 5 years, bro. Unless you watched The Wire back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. God, dog. 33 years. Now, Paul Skeens, who has a dope mustache and a great-looking girlfriend, is now been called up by the Pirates. Have you heard about this?
Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Now, have you heard the story associated with it? I've yet to hear anybody talk about this. So, John, this can be a Johnny Radio exclusive.
Tell me.
There's a chance that they were napping when he got the call that he was called up.
Is that what the kids call it today?
Maybe, but Olivia Dunn.
In the middle of the afternoon, if you're with Olivia Dunn, well, you know what? You might be napping because usually
John, I love
men
napping.
like to take naps. I took a great nap yesterday.
Napping.
In fact, I don't know if you know this. I like to take a nap every day.
So Livy Dunn posted
right in the middle of your show.
Well, hey, that's fine. Livy Dunn posted a TikTok yesterday that MLB ended up posting on their Twitter page. And in the TikTok, it says POV, which is point of view for anybody that doesn't know.
I know. I found that it doesn't. I thought that was just a porn section.
No, just
I didn't know what POV meant, but I really thought that. I mean, does that make sense, doesn't it?
Sure. But it says point of view.
What else would it be used for point of view? Like, is it being used here, you're saying?
Yes. That's why, if you'd let me finish. That's why
you said it. Sorry, bro.
You would understand. Point of view, you both wake up from a nap and find out he's in the MLB. So when we were all learning that he was going to the Major League Baseball, they probably gave him a call. I'm going to let him know before the news dropped.
He didn't wake up to answer.
He was asleep, and you can definitely see he's in the background, and he definitely looks like he just woke up from a nap. Like, it's very quick, you see him, but, like, I know what I look like when I just wake up from a nap, and this guy definitely just woke up from a nap. So how about that? Good thing to wake up to. I mean, better than, hey, you're cut.
Oh, dude, this guy get cut, please.
No, but I just mean, like,
I know, but
there's a lot of baseball players, I'm sure, if guys are just taking naps, that probably wake up and, hey, you're cut.
ERA?
Yeah.
Sub-1 ERA.
It's like .99 this year. His entire, which you got to take it with a grain of salt because last year he only pitched a couple games. He only was in there for like an inning or two. But his career minor league ERA through 12 games is like 1.32 or something like that.
Damn, boy's nasty. Speaking of nasty, Pat Bev is a pretty nasty human being.
Yeah.
Again, I'm telling you, dude went on a podcast and pretended that he was trying to apologize. I shouldn't have done it. But you don't know what they said. Oh, let's just paint somebody as racist and make them act like, maybe they said something that shouldn't be said. Please, everybody has the audio. They were just saying, get ready to go to Cancun. They were chanting, Cancun, Cancun. Oh, man, that's just so mean. Well, he threw the ball in the face, and now he's facing a large suspension. But not only is he facing a large suspension, because guess what? The Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department has now opened up an investigation. They have detectives who are reaching out to these people, and they are looking for audio, and they are trying to find out who they're going to charge something with, and it looks like it's going to be Pat Bev. Now, do I think this is a little bit...
A little much.
I was going to say, like, the police, like, I mean, it's like, listen, man, like, that. I don't think the police need to be called in for this situation.
Yeah, can we just have the NBA investigate it and look into it?
Yeah, and give these, and go ahead if you want to take Pat Bev to civil court and be like, that dude threw a basketball at me. Go right ahead and do that. I mean, we don't need a criminal investigation. I mean, it is the basketball. But, again, it just shows, Pat Bev, you an idiot, man.
Sure is. That's crazy.
And I'm late for a break, but first I got to tell you a little something. Do you know you can have a little Cinco de Mayo every day? Do you know that?
How can I, John?
You can go to Los Cabos. Oh, let me tell you something. The tequila is amazing over there. They also have lunch specials every single day from $6.75 to $10.99. Yeah, you heard that right. Their margaritas are right, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo! If you want the best Mexican in town, head over to Los Cabos. They got that big bad boy that I love over Summer and Graham. So right over there, real Mexican cuisine, great atmosphere, and a great damn time. You can have Cinco de Mayo every day at Los Cabos. Back in 2 shakes to close things out with my bet of the day, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't their only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for unlimited range time, free gun rentals with purchase of ammo, and members lounge access. Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
Are you an annoying know-it-all? Answering questions no one asked of you? Do people often ask you, how do you sleep at night? then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have knowledgeable sleep experts specifically trained to help match you with the right mattress, so anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Being stuck in a bad timeshare can be overwhelming, straining your finances, your health, and even family relationships. I know because everyday families call us for help, stressed to no end because of a timeshare they were misled into buying and can't even use. Some people even get second jobs or come out of retirement just to pay for fees that go on forever. I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help good folks out of bad timeshare deals. And our mission is working. To date, we've helped over 40,000 families achieve timeshare freedom. Give me a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free exit info kit. 800-420-2255. 800-420-2255. 800-420-2255.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. It was so nice to talk with Evie Van Pelt and Isaac Simpson today. And it's also nice to look at the scoreboard and realize that I got over 7.5. And guess what? Mariners and Twins, bottom of the second, 6-1.
Jeez, I mean, that first inning, I turned it off after they scored, I think, 4 runs.
You were talking about Gilbert being back, bro, learning that new pitch every year. Gilbert
when did I say he was back?
No, you said something good about him this week. I know you did.
No, I've not talked good about Gilbert at all this week. I like Gilbert, but I haven't said anything this week about him.
Maybe it was last week.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
I can't speak on anything I said last week.
Yeah, but he's doing terrible. Thing is Lopez on the other side. I mean, he's the Twins pitcher. That's the pitcher that can keep anybody in a baseball game, though. The way he's been giving up home runs. So I'm sure there's still going to be a lot more scored in this bottom of the second. Right now, there's already been 7 runs. You know, Pablo Lopez is going to give up. This game ain't over yet. Especially if you want to maybe take the over at 10.5 right now.
John, I'm curious what hockey game you bet on last night.
The worst hockey game I've ever bet on in my life. I had the Oilers. They were up 4-1 in the second
John,
half.
I'm with you. I had the Oilers as well. They scored extremely early in the game, went up 1-0. I felt good. I was like, all right.
Great.
I blame Connor.
Can I just tell you something?
He jinxed him.
He did?
He's an Oilers fan, and he called me when he was leaving here last night, and he goes, dude, it might be the Oilers' year. They're scoring the puck like I haven't seen them do in a while.
I want to beat him right now.
I did too last night.
Let me tell you something. It's the third period. They're up now 4-2. Everything does feel good. I go and walk my dog. I'm gone for 15 minutes, like 10 minutes. I come back. It's 4-4, and I hadn't been back in the house for freaking 30 seconds. And then that's when they took the lead, 5-4. And I'm like, wait, since I left and came back, 3 goals were scored. Like, how do you give up 3 goals in 4 minutes?
It's crazy.
Like, this is hockey, bro. Oilers, you stink.
Hope everyone had the over out there in that game.
Yeah, that was 6.5 to start, and I didn't wish I would have touched it. Tonight, I kind of do like a little something. You know what I like? A weird play.
Okay.
I kind of like Darius Garland over 1.5 three-pointers made. What do you think?
I like that. I can get down with that.
I can get down with that. I hope you get down with it. When it comes to the hoops, always say play in line. And when you win your money, go to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. You can dress your kids, you can dress your girl, you can dress yourself. Because that's Frontier Western Store, and they have the largest boot showroom in the whole world. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, you name it, they got it. Plus, they can dress you from head to toe. They got hats, they got shirts, they got shorts, they got skirts. They have it all, and they're family-owned and operated since 1967. Get out there, y'all. Make this world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Have a good day.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Extraordinary events come once in a blue moon, and right now, even the most extravagant luxuries are well within reach. The one and only May sale is back at Sissy's Log Cabin, and you can save up to 50% on nearly everything in the store. This is your chance to get the service, selection, and experience that makes you feel like family at the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah. At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment